Hi, my name is Patty. I'm here today because I wanted to tell you about my visits recently with Dr. Siegel. I came to Dr. Siegel with excruciating severe back pain like I'd never had. I guess I should say I've had a history of muscle tension over like the last 4 years due to just a lot of life stressors and changes, and it would come and go, but I never had anything like this. And I remember waking up on a Tuesday morning, I'll always remember that, and it was so bad I was basically in bed most of the day, like in a fetal position, and could hardly take a deep breath. Went to my primary doctor the next day, and he took one look at my back and said, "Oh, you're so tight, the muscles. I'm going to prescribe a muscle relaxant." I tried that like about 3 years ago, and basically they made me comatose. I was like a zombie. So I'm like, I don't know if I want to do that. He goes, well, let's do a different one. So he gives me the prescription. I leave, go to the pharmacy. Turns out my insurance won't fill it. It needs prior authorization. So while that's in progress, it gets a little bit better. It kind of comes and goes from just a throbbing, but then it goes back to the sharp. The best way I can describe it is stabbing, like relentless, sharp stabbing pain right between my shoulder blades in my mid-back area. So I made it through a week, and the following Tuesday, I was like in tears in the morning, and I'm like, I've got to do something. Still couldn't get the medication. The only thing I was doing was basically heating pads and Advil. And I just Googled chiropractor in my area. I'd had a good experience with one years before and saw Dr. Siegel's site, really liked what I saw. I'm a nurse by background, so I'm trained in traditional medicine, but I'm open. And I liked what I read, so I called him. It was probably mid-morning. And he called me back within the hour, and I told him what was happening and how bad the pain was in my back. And he said, no, I don't prescribe medication. I said, I'm not looking for medication. I'm looking for relief at this point. And he was leaving town the next day, so he said, you know what, I'll stay for you. Can you come in at 6? I'm like, absolutely, I'll be there. Came in at 6 o'clock. He took a really thorough evaluation. My first visit, I was with him for an hour and a half. First 20 minutes, basically interview. As soon as he started his treatment, I can tell you, I started feeling relief in 20 minutes and knew that someone was looking out for me. I was in the right place. He treated me for over an hour. I left that evening feeling immediate relief and slept that night for the first time like I'd never slept in like 2 weeks. I had to wait a week because he was out of town, and I made it through the week. I felt, 1,000% better the next day. And it would still come and go, but I came back to him the following week as soon as I got back. I think subsequently had a total of like 6 to 7 treatments. Each time I left, I felt much better. And it was interesting because the pain kind of went in a circle, kind of cycled around from left to right around my whole back area. I did have one relapse and called him, actually emailed him one morning and said, something's really wrong. I can't take a deep breath again. Turns out that when the pain first started, I'd had a shingles vaccine 5 days prior. So long story short, basically the shingles vaccine reactivated just a dormant virus, and what he diagnosed and what turned out is exactly what I had is intercostal neuralgia or neuritis. That's why the pain was so excruciating, and the muscle relaxant wouldn't have helped me anyway because it was the nerves. But I can tell you after 6 treatments, I mean, I was out of pain after each one, but I could not recommend him enough. I feel like an absolutely new person. The virus had to run its course, but I don't think I couldn't have made it without him. So many thanks to you, Dr. Siegel, and I hope you all will consider this if you are having pain.